Hi everyone, Lewis here, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a preview of the Altis map for Arma 3. If you guys don't know about this map already, it's essentially the go-to map for Arma 3. Of course, in Arma 2 you've got Chernarus, that's the map everyone knows. It was in the original release of Arma 2, and it's one that everyone thinks of when people say Arma 2. And this new map, Altis, is going to be that, but for Arma 3. And the great thing about this map is it's actually even bigger than Chernarus. If you guys haven't seen this comparison before, here it is, you can see it's quite a bit bigger. This map isn't actually officially released until the game comes out, which is actually just a few weeks from now, which you guys might not realise, but it is literally 3 weeks until Arma 3 comes out. But they did actually release it on the development build for Arma 3 recently, so if you opt into that, you can go ahead and check out the map, and since everyone was hyped up for it, myself included, I thought I'd go check it out and see what it's all about. This map's got a lot of hype surrounding it for a good reason. If you guys didn't see my video a few weeks ago, I actually talked about Arma 3 and DayZ and how those two would intertwine. And also it was actually announced that DayZ 2017 would be coming to Arma 3 with a lot of really cool features. You can see some screenshots right here and features on the screen, so that's going to be really cool. But for those who aren't DayZ fans, I'm sure there is going to be a lot of cool game modes coming out for Arma 3. I mean, DayZ and Wasteland did, of course, build their popularity on Arma 2, so I'm sure there's going to be some similar thing which is cool for Arma 3. There is RP mods which are being developed for Altis right now. I think for City Life guys, City Life for Arma 2, they're building a City Life for Arma 3, so that's going to be cool. And also Wasteland, of course, is going to be pretty awesome with all venerable buildings and all that kind of stuff on Altis as well. Anyway, I think that's enough speculation for now, but it's now time to have a tour around the map and show you what it's all about. So if you guys didn't know already, the map is actually based on a real-world area called Limnos. Its original name, I believe, was actually going to be Limnos, but instead they changed to Altis for some reason or another, but it doesn't matter, it's just a name. But you can see the actual real location on Google Maps right here, and a lot of areas you'll find on Google Maps will be represented in-game to their game equivalent, as you'd expect. So you'll see on the eastern edge, there's a salt lake on the island, there is a swamp, all of the big cities on the west, a massive airfield in the middle, and the surprising thing I found is pretty much every building in Arma 3 Altis is enterable. So I think the only things which I couldn't enter were some circular laboratory kind of areas, which you will see later on in the video, but everything else, the military areas, which are probably fictional, I'll imagine this place doesn't have about 1 million military bases on it. But yeah, these areas, the ones that I'm in right now, military bases are enterable. You can open and close the hatches. But even in the cities, like the office areas and all that kind of stuff, they're all enterable, all interactable in some way or another. Right here, I'm in a city called Miriana, which is on the western side of the map. It could be the biggest city in the map. I'm not 100% sure, but if it's not the biggest one, it is one of the bigger. And there is a lot of these big cities with the office areas, all the small civilian buildings which you're able to go in, the barracks and all that kind of stuff. So you can see right here now as well, I am inside a lovely office which you can break all the glass off, go upstairs, go up some ladders, camp on the roof, do whatever the hell you want. The video I mentioned before about me talking about Arma 3 and DayZ, of course all the features I talked about in there are pretty important for even just normal Arma players. So you've got the weapon attachment system, the ragdolls, it does run better, obviously looks a lot better. The stance changes in Arma 3 are definitely a lot better, the armor changing, the inventory which is a lot easier to manage. There's just a lot of things which are cool about Arma 3 which can be applied to pretty much anything which is made in Arma 3, whether that's the things I mentioned before, DayZ, Wasteland. There's just a whole list of things which you can do in Arma 3 which you just couldn't do in Arma 2, whether that's gameplay or editing. You might have noticed as well, for a lot of the custom missions for the Arma 3 Beta and Alpha, which were a few months ago, that some of them just weren't as good as some of the ones which were created for Arma 2. And I think the main reason for this is a lot of people are still sticking to Arma 2 just because it is the more complete platform right now, since it is actually out. And some of the things which are going to be in the full release, which like I said is just a few weeks away. You know, it's going to have planes, tanks, it's going to have all the props which you're able to create areas with. You can see right here, I'm in a cute little church which I've never seen in Arma 3 straight as before either. And there's just so many things which are going to be in the full release which just weren't in the earlier versions, which really limited people's creation with custom missions. Like I said, planes aren't in the game right now, so you've got to opt for little birds that I'm flying around in the map with. I mean, there is some stealth choppers, but they're not quite as good as tanks and jets, are they? Let's be honest here. I do know they've actually got UAVs in now, which you can operate remotely, which is pretty cool for scouting around the map. And all this stuff combined along the massive map means the possibilities for missions is pretty much endless. Arma at the end of the day is really just a bunch of tools which people with creative talent are able to put time and effort into and create something which is pretty amazing. Of course, the showcases for Arma 2 and Arma 3 I'm not saying are terrible, But I'm pretty sure most people who bought Arma 2 or have now bought Arma 3 did it because of custom missions, DayZ, Wasteland, Ace, and all that kind of stuff, not just because of the core things which come with the game. You'd think of the game being a military simulator and whatnot, you wouldn't actually notice too many details and you wouldn't have too many enterable buildings, but like I've shown you guys already, it's said before, pretty much every building is enterable and you'll see a lot of details around the map like ruins, graveyards, the salt lake like I mentioned before, which I'll show you guys very soon, and it all builds up to a pretty cool place to explore. And since I'm going in a helicopter I can do it very quickly, but if you are going to go on the floor, I'm sure you'll see things every single day which I haven't seen before. I remember watching actually one of the developer videos in which they said that even they're discovering new stuff in the map every day. So I'm sure you guys get the idea of cities now. There's a lot of cities around the map, whether they be big or small, they're still all useful in some way or another, and definitely could be a hotspot for missions. But there's also quite a lot of cool areas on the map, such as this place right here. There's actually a bit of a mountain range in the top left of the map, which I didn't realise at the time. But you can see even at the top of that there is some enterable buildings which you can go into, and it's a lovely place to just climb for a tower and have a look around the map. Just north of that, since the top left of the map isn't a civilian area, you'll see a lot of these wind farms as well. And of course, since the map is so massive, you will see a lot of these open desert areas. But again, we're back to another massive city, which is in the middle of the map. And it's actually right beside the airfield, which I'm going to go check out in a second. But of course, you can see some more military locations right here, with those massive towers, which you can go up, and all the little buildings beside them. And of course, the reason those are there, if you guys didn't know already, but there is a kind of storyline behind the game. Of course, Op 4 and Blue 4 shooting each other. We need somewhere to really be safe, so those are where they chill out when we're not killing each other in their little military bases. Or maybe we're going to get raided, who the hell knows. But right over here you can see this is the airfield. There's a lot of hangars over here, some more buildings which I've never seen before, which I'm sure are enterable in one way or another, or interactable in some way at least. And just over past the airfield there's actually a solar farm right beside it, and you can see to the left over there as well. There's the laboratory areas which I was talking about before, a car park, a lot of cool stuff, and it looks like a decent sized airfield, so I'm sure you could take a jet or two off in there if you do so desire. And beside all the solar panels are these massive towers, so I thought I'd challenge myself and try to land my little bird on them. You guys probably think I'd crash on it, but no, I'm actually a decent pilot, adapting to the world around me, and I was able to manage to safely land there. My friend is just chilling out over there. And I thought even, you know, this area, it's a massive tower, it's not going to be accessible, but no, there's actually ladders which you can go up and down in, and if you get a sniper rifle with one of the sniper optics on it, I'm sure you could shoot people from across the map here, if you really do want to do that as well. Or even shoot someone out of a jet. You can combine the jet taken off with the sniper rifle beside the airfield and just shoot them instead. Sounds like a good idea either way. Heading to the Eastern Island, I found yet another massive city, and you'd think going in these cities would give you 1 FPS, but no, I'm pretty sure my FPS was higher than 1, so that was pretty cool to see. And there's a lot more ruins over here, some more of those office buildings, and over here you can see there's a bridge that leads to an island. I thought would be something on this. Spoilers, there isn't. Very sad. But moving on to the next place, which is again on the eastern island. Well, it's not really an island, the entire thing is connected in one way or another, but the eastern edge of the map, there's actually a swamp over here, which I was surprised to see. I looked on the map and it looked like just a massive puddle, also known as a pond, but you can actually see it's very patchy, and it's got a different kind of colour of ground. You can see some mud huts in there if you want to go live in your mud huts, and RP is a swamp creature or something, I don't know. And the next area, which I was even more surprised to see, is actually this salt lake over here. I didn't expect this to be on the map, and to be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it is a salt lake. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's not snow, though. I'm definitely sure it's not snow, but it's probably salt. Maybe. And if you still somehow don't understand how big this map is and how much detail there is in every corner of the map, I thought I'd show you guys how long it takes to get from the top right of the map to the bottom left of the map. This is actually 12 times faster than real speed, and keep in mind, I'm in a helicopter. Looking at some sites on the way there, but I'm sure you guys can't see anything. But trust me, there's a lot of stuff on this map, whether it be a small village, a big village, a solar farm, a wind farm, a salt place, whatever the hell it is, a swamp, a bit of everything on the map really. And you will, of course, like I said, see something new every day. And imagine if you had to walk from the top right to the bottom left of the map. Imagine how fun that would be. Like I said before, that was a helicopter in 12 times speed. But anyway, I think I've shown you guys pretty much everything there is to show, so hopefully after this video you're hyped up for the Arma 3 release and you're curious as to what kind of wonders will come out from Arma 3. But to finish it all off, I thought I'd show you guys what it's like at night time when it's lightning and... oh, that was lightning, that was scary. And also as rain. And you can actually destroy these lamps as well, and it makes nighttime action, I'm sure, a bit more fun than it would have been otherwise. And also, this was actually a village I was in earlier, and I still seen new things which I didn't see before. For example, this place to the left, this building, never seen that thing before. And also to my right was actually this gas station. I didn't see that one before either. And it's a pretty nice gas station too, 10 out of 10. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to share what you're excited for in Arma 3, whether it be DayZ, Wasteland, or you hate those two things and it's something else. But personally for me, I'd say it's probably Wasteland and DayZ. And also wondering what the hell is going to come out of Arma 3, which wasn't in Arma 2 already. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things, but we will see what happens with that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time, hopefully not in a very dark city.